That.
It's nothing over here but the overlay. Yeah. Going live. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Oh,
yes, I can hear.
Wait a minute. So now they can hear, and I done got out of there. What? All it needed was David's bald head. It needed Mr. Potato Head to come over here and look. So can y'all still hear me before I finish talking trash about Brother Dave? So what did you do? Did you turn something off over there?
I turned this off.
Oh, okay. Welcome. I'm so excited. We did it. All right, wait a minute. This deserves some Oh. Oh. I'm excited. Okay. All right, wait a minute. Tell me if y'all can hear this. Let me tell you. Let me see.
If they can hear what?
Can y'all hear Brother Dave?
I doubt they can hear me on because it's
She said, "Okay, rewind." All right, hold up. Can you hear this? I don't think that fit. That looks too big. Why you do that? Oh shoot!
Let's unplug that.
Oh Lord! Wait a minute. He didn't gave me some technical difficulties now. What? Dang, I don't think that's supposed to work. Oh.
They said that they can hear me.
They can hear you?
Yes.
Yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. I don't know why I gotta put these ridiculous things back on.
Does that work?
I don't know. We about to find out. Can y'all hear me still? They said now they can't hear me.
They said now they can't hear you?
Oh, you can? Oh, you can? All right, well, put your headphones back on. Could you hear me? With your headphones on? I'm asking you a question.
So why I can hear you through my mic.
So why you got headphones on and you can't hear nothing? You killing my soul.
All praises. Let's go through. Let's get to work.
Well, welcome to a Dope Ass Green Life podcast. Welcome. I am your sister. I'm so excited, guys. I can't believe that you all can hear me. You can?
Selena said they hear feedback.
That's because you have your foolishness going on.
No, I cut mine all the way down.
Right, it has to be no mic, just like when you're on Zoom. Are you still hearing feedback, Salima Bima? Much better?
Much better.
Okay, awesome. Jackie Jack said it's much better. That's what we like to hear. Well, peace, y'all. Welcome to the Dope Ass Green Life podcast, where we believe that slow living and slow loving is revolutionary. I'm your host, Sister Maria. And who are you?
Brother Dave.
And we're inviting you to step away from the noise and reconnect to the planet on purpose and think about the things that we love and the people that we love. This podcast is really about building community. We are in Black August. Do we all know what Black August is? Is everybody familiar with Black August?
Revolutionary.
Well, we are in Black August. This is our 7th day. We're a week into Black August, and we have decided to commemorate Black August this year with a lot of daily actions of liberation. Black August is not just about political prisoners and people that we have lost to the struggle of liberation, but it's also about the living. And that will be you and I. That will be us, right? And so what can we do every day as a daily act of liberation to help us to get further along the road to true and complete freedom? And so that's what Black August is really about. It's really about being free. So a part of being free and a part of liberation is community building. And so that's what we're going to be talking about for the month of August, what it takes to build a community, right? We're going to be reflecting about love, accountability, commitment, Because strong societies grow from strong families, and strong families grow from strong individuals. So, what we gonna do for the next 30 minutes, Brother Dave?
We're going to talk about community building. How do we build community? How many communities have we tried to build? And
Lord,
what has been the pain points?
right?
What has been the pain points, and what have been the success stories?
So, like, one of the hardest truths that I've had to come to terms with and accept is we're the reason that community fails. Not the white man, not the government, but us. Now, I mean, like, don't get it twisted. We know that oppression happens, right? We know that we're not starting from the same playing field as everybody else, right? But sometimes when we get together, we start a group, we start a chat, we start a garden, we start a nonprofit, we start a retreat, and there comes a moment where colonizers aren't in the room and it's just us, right? And so then what happens? Why does it fall apart? Or are they not in the room?
Ego. It's not. It's not that. It's because we've been raised in this environment where rugged individualism is the order of the day.
Right.
Right. So it's like if things are not going my way, right, then things are not going to go on.
I'm going to destroy it.
Right.
I'm going to destroy it. Right, Salima. The mindset is there. Even if the colonizers are not in the room, the mindset is. Right. We have been homegrown.
That's right.
We're USA, made in the USA, right? And so even if they're not, did anybody see the meme or it was this video? I wish I had it so I could share my screen.
Not the big video.
It was this video called Dice. Did anybody see the Dice video? And it was a decolonization. It was like a decolonization ice. And they were rounding up like all the white people and sending them back to Finland and Germany and England and Ireland. And it was like, oh, you all don't belong here. You didn't see it. It was ridiculous. And they were like, what do you mean? I gave to Black Lives Matter. Like, no, I get to stay. And they're like yelling, I've never been to Finland. I don't know anything about Finland, right? And it was like, back to the Caucasus Mountains you go, right? Because you all settled here as well. You all immigrated here as well, right? And so one of the comments it talked about, I was reading the comments to see how our community was responding to this, because it was so radical as far as I'm concerned. And a lot of people were like, Lord have mercy, please let it happen, let it happen. And then one of the persons was like, well, even if they all went back to wherever, we would still have problems. We would still have problems because there's a certain mindset, like you were saying, Salima, that creates colonization and white supremacist ideology. And it doesn't matter what color skin you're in. Skin isn't the thing today, right? Skin color isn't the requisite today. It really is about a mindset. It really is about our thoughts and how we view things and what this culture has produced. And that is a lot of the times of why we see community fail, because we're using the same tools of white supremacist ideology, the same tools of colonization, and we're trying to put black skin on it and make it like it's going to work, when that's not going to work. That system does not work, right? So we want to take the next 20 minutes or so to talk about building a community that reflects a life prioritizing what matters most. Because ego, like Brother Dave was saying, unhealed trauma, masked as leadership, performative unity. It looks like we're unified, but we're really not. We're only exactly, Sister Valerie, change the mind and change the narrative. Absolutely. Because really that's what it's going to take. We really have to unlearn all of the things that we have learned and that has been supported through every avenue.
So we need to have a growth mindset.
A growth mindset.
So the growth mindset is we look at a glass, right, that is halfway filled with water. Mm-hmm. Some people see that glass as half empty,
Right.
and some people see it as half full.
Right.
Right. So people that see it as half empty, they have this mindset of um, stagnation,
Mm-hmm.
right? Where no, everything is the colonizer's mindset,
Mm-hmm.
right? The people who see the glass as half full have a growth mindset.
Mm-hmm.
They understand that okay, all it needs is a little bit more to fill it all the way up.
Right.
Right? They're not concerned with the negative part of it. They're only concerned with the positive part of it. So we
Well,
have
I
to
don't
go.
see it as being
So
negative. I just see it as being a fact. It's a
it,
fact. It is half
it
empty.
is it is a fact.
But are we going to? It doesn't
Well,
have to be negative. We don't have to say that it's negative or add that kind of connotation to it. The fact is, it's half empty, and the
correct.
fact is, it's half full.
Correct.
But which way are you going? What perspective are you going to use
Correct.
to help you to grow forward?
Right.
Because I think a lot of times when we put labels as negative or positive, that also it messes with our psyche. I'm not negative because I see the truth.
Hey,
it's half freaking empty.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Does that make sense?
I agree with you 100% because in community building, one of the pain points of community building is how do we deal with conflict?
Right.
Dealing with conflict in community building has been the biggest pain point because we don't start off with um, everybody understanding or having shared values.
Right. Shared values is important.
Shared values is important. That's why when we began this process of gathering the people together for the Grove.
What's the Grove?
The Grove is a subdivision of Freedom Village that we have carved out here. And it's 205 acres of land.
Right.
That we determined that we were going to have our own subdivision.
Right.
And it would be
Look,
known
Sister
as
Jackie. Wait a minute, Sister Jackie said, "Where was you going with that, though? With the half full and the growth and the half, before I interrupted. I'm sorry, Sister Jackie. Okay. Where were you going with that, though? I'm sorry.
No, I was going with it as it's just a mindset of how we see the outside.
Right.
How we see the outside. Right. Because we've been in America and we've been traumatized so much.
Yes, Jesus.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Not just from the colonizer standpoint, but we've been traumatized within our own communities by what we see on a daily basis.
Right.
And how we're treated on a daily basis.
Right.
Right. So if we take that, if we take the mindset that, hey, this is just how the cookie crumbles. Mm-hmm. This is just how it is. But I just got to deal with it.
Right.
Right. Then you will be always underfoot. Right. You'll be always waiting for somebody else to come and rescue us. Right. But if we have that growth mindset and understand, no, this not how the cookie crumbles. No, I'm not going to accept that. I'm not just going to take anything. You're not going to treat me any kind of way. Right. We're going to do this for ourselves. We're going to move out and do it for ourselves. We're going to get into spaces and we're going to change spaces. We're going to, I don't want to see the table. I want to build my own damn table.
Right.
Right. So that's the mindset we have to have. So that's what I was going with that, Sister Jackie.
Right. Okay. All right. Did you get that, Sister Jackie? And Sister Salima said it becomes negative when we begin to believe that it can't be refilled. Right. Right. And again, that's back to the mindset, because a lot of, oh my God, I will never forget. I was in a hack, which a hack is like a Uber before Uber was.
Before they stole it. They always stealing everything.
Before they co-opted, right? Before they Uber co-opted, right? If we call hacks in Baltimore, it was on a bunch of old men sitting around at a gentleman's club in a garage in a
waiting on the phone call.
Waiting on the phone call, right? Waiting for you to call and say, "Hey, how much is it for you to take me down Emerson Avenue? How much is it to take you to Mondawmin?" Right? So they call them gypsy cabs in New York and other places, but we call them hacks, right? So I'm in a hack with this man, and this is when the 3-year economic program had just started, right? The Minister Louis Farrakhan had restarted the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad's 3-year economic program, where you're sending in X amount of dollars a month so that we can buy farmland. So this hack, I'm telling him about it. Hey, he was like, ain't nobody doing that. Black people ain't going to come together and give y'all no money. Where that money going? Black people ain't going to trust y'all. Now, fast forward 30 years later, We brought the land, we got the land. It obviously works and it's still going, right? But that mindset that we can't trust each other.
Right.
That mindset that we can't do anything without, one of us, doing some kind of Negro business.
It's the Willie Lynch syndrome.
Yes.
In reality.
Yes. Yes.
Some people say Willie Lynch syndrome was not, the Willie Lynch letter was not real.
Right.
But the syndrome is real.
A jitney. Oh, y'all went back to England on that one.
That's right.
They call it a jitney. Y'all went back to the UK on that one. No app, no background check. Yep, they just take you anywhere. So yeah, but that is that Willie Lynch, whether it was a real letter or not, because that's still under debate. The fact of the matter is, it was the truth. The syndrome is real. The syndrome is real, right? And so a lot of us, when you talked about the shared values, a lot of us, even in this chat, right? We have shared values. We want love. We want peace. We want justice. We want freedom. We want to have integrity. Like start naming some things that are part of your value system. Sister Jackie, Sister Valerie, Sister Salima, what are a part of your value system? My number one thing in my value system is love. I feel like if it ain't no love there, I don't want to be there. What's a part of you all's value system? Because I feel like a lot of us share these same values. Like we want to be free. We want love. We want integrity. We want us to move with, grace and compassion, right? Mm-hmm. That sounds real cute, right? But what trust, right? Good. Trust, love. Right. Hindu. What, really, Sister Salima? I don't know what that is, but maybe you could clarify. But we want trust. We want love. Sister Salima wants Hindu. So whatever the case may be, we want these things. So how does that get lost in translation?
It gets lost in translation I think it gets lost in translation when we don't have shared values. See, some people may have certain values, right? Mm-hmm. But that's why you have to discuss it. And as I was getting back to us building the Grove, we asked everybody to put in what were their values.
Right.
What were, what did they believe in?
Right.
Right. What was their, the characteristics of what they really strong about.
And then we asked them to rank it.
Right.
Like, what are the most important?
Right.
Like, because we have trust, love, transparency, honesty, empathy. She said that was love, peace, and happiness. That's Sister Jackie said, right? So we all want these things. And then we say, okay, so if you had to choose between love, peace, and happiness, Sister Jackie, which one is the most important that you just simply cannot live without? So I choose love. Somebody else may choose peace, right? My whole point is,
I choose consistency.
You choose consistency.
Right, consistency for me.
Love, peace, and joy. Worthiness. Yeah, trustworthiness. Yes. Mm-hmm. So we have all of these shared values. We all share that we all want these things. I think my opinion of what gets lost in translation is the how-to. What does that look like? How does love show up for you? Because love doesn't show up for you the same way it may show up for me. And peace to you may be 1,000 people in your house. You always having a party. Like you are not feeling good unless you got 100 people around. That may be peaceful to you. That may be your idea of what peace is. I got my grandbabies over. I got my children over. I got my nieces and my nephews over. Dogs in the yard, chickens in the yard. We're all cooking out on the grill. That is your version of peace. But what is my version of peace? Right. And so learning each other and understanding and respecting that all of the things, and even though we have these same shared values, it does not look the same for everybody. Right. Your freedom does not look the same for me. I seen somebody walking around in their skivvies. They free. It's their land. I don't want to see you in your underwear. But that's your version of freedom.
You talking about your son?
Yeah, it is my son. Your son. Brother, that ain't my version of freedom. Go to the dad, go close. My man don't care. He gives a damn, right?
I would say that in community building, right? In community building, right? We really got to look at how how the importance of dealing with conflict,
Right.
because that's the bottom line.
Right.
The bottom line is, but conflict is natural,
Right.
right? And it will occur in every relationship,
Absolutely.
regardless of what relationship. There's going to be some conflict, right?
Right.
Including community collaborations, right?
Right.
So conflict is often viewed as negative and destructive, but it can be regenerative. It can be an opportunity to understand more deeply the other party,
Right.
the other persons involved, right?
Right.
And it can strengthen the relationship,
Right.
right? And really, if we learn to work together and identify creative solutions, right,
Right.
that can be considered um, before we decide to just go our separate ways.
Well, a lot of times now, when you're dealing with like even nonprofit organizations, they ask you how do you deal with conflict?
Right.
If somebody comes and they have a problem with your organization, or you have a client, or you have someone that you're serving, and it doesn't go the way that they think it should have gone, how do you resolve it?
Right.
And I think again, it goes back to the how to. It's always how we do things. Like your mama used to tell you, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it,
Right.
right?
Right.
You can still have two people that say the same thing and it be the truth, but how they say it may rub somebody the wrong way.
Right.
So when you have the conflict, like my son walking around in his skivvies, that's a conflict for me, right? How do I deal with that? How do I not infringe upon his freedom? Because I don't have a right to tread on his freedom no more than he has a right to tread on mine. So how do we come to a mutual understanding of what our freedom looks like?
Right.
Because we got 5 families down here. You got people bringing their homes in on the back of a truck. You got people that are building their homes from bricks. They're doing it themselves. You got people that are building their homes from mud. You got people that are doing all these different things. How does that all integrate where it doesn't, even if it does cause conflict, how do we sit down and say, okay, this is how it's going to be. This may not jive with everybody else, but how do we make it work so everybody can be free? Everybody can get the peace. Everybody can have the happiness and the trustworthiness that we are all in this together. No matter how tenuous it may get at times.
That comes with us having a value system, right? Again,
Agreed upon.
An agreed upon value system,
Right.
Right. Once we agree upon a certain level of commitment and consistency around certain values, then we can move forward with building community.
Right.
Right. Because what happens a lot of times is we have people that have good intentions, but because we have not agreed upon a certain value system with all those good intentions,
Right.
then one person sees it this way and somebody else sees it this way.
Right.
Right. So once we have the agreed upon value system, then we can enforce that going forward, and that helps us to build community.
So I think the key word here is agreement, the covenant, the mutual agreement that this is how we are going to deal with one another. Just like in a marriage. Just because Cousin Sherry told me a long time ago, because my mouth is crazy, you don't get to say anything you want just because you're angry. That does not justify what comes out of your mouth, because what comes out can't come back, right? And so it has to be a sacred trust, a sacred agreement, a covenant, right? To say, hey, you're going to get on my nerves. I know it because I know me, right? And I know you. So how are we going to deal with this? Are we going to name call? Are we going to gossip? Are we going to go tell everybody else that don't got nothing to do with it and can't help us do anything? Are we going to come into a room with one another, and if we can't solve it, find a mediator to kind of mediate the situation so that we can come with a solution where everyone has their dignity, right?
Right.
This agreement is what is so vitally important when you have this value system, because you cannot hold me accountable for something that I never agreed to.
Right.
Like, you can't tell me that you can't do this, that, and the third when I never said I was going to do that in the first place.
Right. Sister Salima said it perfectly. Communication is the key.
Yeah.
Right. So but communication is a give communication.
Effective
Right.
communication.
And
Please throw that effective word in there.
Okay, effective communication
Because baby Jesus
comes with dialogue.
Right.
That means if somebody gives a statement, a question, or then there is feedback.
Right.
Without feedback, right? Then that's
You're living in a vacuum.
This is where people try to hold you accountable for what they say.
Right.
I didn't agree on what you said. I'm just sitting here listening to you.
That's why. Right? That's why I always ask you, because you just be sitting there, and I'm like, "Oh no, sir, I need some feedback."
Right.
Because you'll be like, "Yeah, you said it. I ain't never agree to that.
Exactly.
I need to know exactly where you stand on what it is that I'm saying."
Absolutely.
Right.
But then, as we get into the conversations, I ask you, do you want my feedback, or am I just here to listen?
That's so annoying.
Am I just here to listen, or do you want my feedback?
I want your feedback. Sometimes you be
like, I just want you to listen, and sometimes you like, I want your feedback.
Right.
So but I learned after 27 years of back and forth and almost throwing you out the window. I say, what?
How rude.
Let me properly understand
right.
what my role is right now as we're communicating.
Right. Right. Because sometimes you just want a sounding board.
Right.
And sometimes you really want somebody to give you their opinion. But you always say, do you want my opinion?
Right.
Or you just want me to agree with what it... Yeah,
I gotta ask that.
I need your opinion.
I gotta ask that because I have to ask that because I understand that we are in a relationship, right? And I don't want outside forces to affect our relationship, right? So I had to ask that question because it could be something that's very dear to you, right? And you feel a certain way about it, right? And if you feel a certain way, you heard a song. If something
don't
is
stop
wrong
singing that dumb song
with my baby,
please, bro, we get it.
Something's wrong with me.
Nobody know that song. First of all, it's from 1944. Okay,
you know what
but
I mean?
absolutely, I get it. I get it. So it goes back to the Bible verse that Pastor Tripp was talking about on Sunday, where it talks about God is concerned with what you're concerned with, and it's the same thing as a husband and as a wife and as a community member. Not just because it's all covenant relationships, right? Mm-hmm. As a community member, I am concerned with what you are concerned with because this is our community. So what affects you ultimately affects me, whether passively or directly, right? And so I think that the shared value system is always important. And then, of course, coming to... Yes, Sister Jackie said that's a good point. Agreement, boundaries, and rules of engagement. Yes.
Exactly.
How are we going to engage?
That's right.
Because we get so low down and dirty sometimes. And some of that is no coming back from.
Some people go high. Some people go higher. Some people go low.
No, some people go to hell and drag you down with them, right? And so we have to be sure that, and that goes again back to the Willie Lynch. It goes, we don't treat each other like that. Like we don't treat each other like you're an overseer and I'm some enslaved African and I gotta beat you into submission either with words or physically. That is not how we treat each other. We have to unlearn that behavior of all the shade and all that cultural, pop culture foolishness. And that's so funny because that's how I met Sister Jackie. I didn't even really know Sister Jackie that well. And we were on Facebook, and I always love to tell this story about Sister Jackie because she gathered me. And I had said something, and I was real flippant because I'm sarcastic and I'm real, flippant with my mouth. And she most kindly pulled me together and was like, no, ma'am, that is not how we talk to each other. And I was like, oh, I like her. That is so cool. Because things do get lost in social media. Right. And I am too sarcastic. I already know that. And if you don't know me, it can come across as me being rude and, and disingenuous and just nasty. Right. And so she was like, she just was very calmly in the comments was like, no, ma'am, that is not how we interact. That is not how we talk to each other. Let's try to do this again. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, yes, ma'am.
She did the Muslim thing.
Yes, okay. She pulled me all the way together. And I was like, oh, okay, yes, ma'am. I guess we best friends now because she done pulled me all the way together. But that's true. We don't get to treat each other any kind of way. We don't get to say anything to each other. We have all come from hell in our backgrounds, how we grew up, and we've had enough.
Listen, we're talking about community building, right?
Right.
We're talking about the fact that we have walked away from situations, right, where we haven't set a sound. We just exit stage left and let the continuity of the organization continue on, right? Because that's not the people that we are,
right?
And that's what I'm saying. When we come try to build community, right?
You can't tear it down on your way out.
Yeah, you can't.
Like we have just stopped dealing with all sorts of different people and organizations, and you don't hear a peep. And people have called me, was like, we leaving them too? Like, people, like, what we doing? I see you ain't over there with them no more. Are we leaving them too? Just say the word and we out. And I'm like, but I'm not going to go around, right. And we're not going to go around and say, oh, this, that, third to happen. We don't do that because that is how that organization, although it no longer serves us, does not mean that it no longer serves the community.
Exactly.
You are not the star of the show. We are not the star of the show. Right. And so just because it's no longer serving us doesn't mean we have the right to go tear it down, because it could actually be a beacon of light to somebody else and pull somebody else up out of darkness. So let them go and find out. And when it no longer serves them, they'll leave too. And so on and so on and so on. But we do a disservice when we have to tear everything down to the studs because we have a problem or we have a conflict with a person or we have a conflict with an organization. That don't have to be all out in the community unless it's something that is so diabolical that it needs to be brought to light.
Yes.
Some things cannot be hidden.
Yes, but one of the things that we learned early on, and that was the 20 ways to destroy any organization.
Right. Come late.
Right.
Leave early.
We got that. Listen, that's that Nation of Islam training right there.
Yes.
So when you learn that, so you understand, and when you see these characteristics, you understand you don't want to display in those characteristics.
Right.
So we don't want to definitely.
And we'll put that in our Facebook group. Mm-hmm. If you're a part of the I Am Green Facebook group, we'll put up the 20 ways to destroy an organization, because that is so vital to community building.
Right.
So just so we can kind of wrap things up, just to let you all know, we do have a Black August fundraiser going on. We're looking for 30 individuals to find 10 of their friends to donate $100 to I Am Green so that we can keep the lights on, the doors open, and continue to provide services to our communities. So check your emails. Most likely we have sent you emails to request that you be a part of this process, because if we would subscribe to our Black-led organizations like we do Netflix, like we do Hulu, like we do Paramount Plus and Disney Plus, we would not have to ask for grants. Netflix does not have to ask for grants. Hulu does not have to ask for grants. And the organizations that are in the community making our communities better should not have to ask for grants. We really should subscribe. It doesn't have to be I'm Green, but it should be an organization that you believe in, that you subscribe to every month, just like we do gym memberships.
Right. And
right.
Just like last night.
That we don't use.
Just like last night, we heard that the secretarial department within the Nation of Islam,
mm-hmm.
right, we're doing this, this intentionally spending money with Black businesses.
Yes.
And we have spent over $1 million.
Black business.
Just the one department within the Nation of Islam has spent over $1 million, and this has been like in 6 months of just doing business, looking for Black businesses intentionally to support.
Intentionally, yeah.
Right. So this is the community. This is the type of things that we come from.
Right.
So this is easy. I mean, it's easy for us.
Right.
So,
well, I mean, yeah. I grew up like that. My parents and my dad was like, hey, we bypass all the stores until we get to the stores that look like us. That's how we keep the dollars in our community, because most of the stores that look like us, the people lived in the community.
Right.
Whereas the other stores that were, by other people, they did not live in that community. They would take our dollars and they would take them to Columbia and other more suburban communities.
I'm on Emerson Avenue in Nation Builders, and I gotta wait till everybody closed to get the money. because we didn't sell cigarettes, we didn't sell blunts, we didn't sell top paper, we didn't sell all the foolishness, pork, all the stuff that people wanted in the community. We didn't sell it, so they would come to us afterwards.
After everybody
closed, we had to stay over late to get our money at that grocery store. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even in that, the people will come to us for advice.
Yeah.
They will come to us for, to
listen to the minister for a while.
Exactly.
Get their little cup of noodles.
Right.
And just to be safe.
That's right.
Just to be safe, because the hustlers, the boys, the corner boys was out there, right? But they knew if they could come in the nation builders just for a minute, talk to Brother Dave, be safe before they go back out and do what they do. Mm-hmm. And so that's very important that I Am Green is a part of that safe space for our community members, is a part of that safe space. And we are not going to relent. We are not going to relent until our community understands the value, because other communities understand I Am Green's value.
Right.
And they give.
Right.
All of our monthly subscribers are not from our community.
Right.
Right. And so because they understand the value of the information and the education and the services that we provide. Mm-hmm. And so we will not relent. And so all of our community members.
Sister Jackie, though. Sister Jackie is one of our best.
Sister Jackie.
Givers. She donates. She helps us out.
Yes, we love her.
I mean, she's a great clown ambassador.
Yes. We stole her. We stole Sister Jackie. But yes, absolutely. Sister Jackie puts her values. She puts her money where her values are.
That's right.
So a lot of us say we have these values. Okay, well, what do you support? Mm-hmm. Your values are indicative of what you support. Mm-hmm. Period. So we can talk all day and say we love this, love that, peace, love. But guess what? Your money, your resources, your brilliance, your intelligence, your energy, your time, it goes to what you value. Mm-hmm. Right? So we thank Sister Jackie for always showing up and putting her resources where her values are.
That's right.
We love her. She said she loves us too. She said she loves us too. We know you do. So yeah, so we're going to wrap it up. We just wanted to talk about Black August. Join the I Am Green Facebook group if you haven't already. Look for the daily acts of liberation. So far this month, we had to journal. We had to get with some elders and let them know we love them. Give some of our clothes away that we no longer use. Yesterday we had to love on a Black man or woman so much they thought we was cheating. Like, these are acts of liberation. Brother David didn't even notice yesterday I didn't say no to him one time. That was my act of real love. everything he asked me to do, I did not say no. That was so hard.
until the nighttime came, right? The nighttime came.
What happened at nighttime?
She was like, "Brother, listen, I'm not moving my clothes.
Oh, yeah.
So you need to go down there."
But I didn't say no. I cut you off at the pad before you even asked. I let you know, but I did not say no. So I went 24 hours without saying no. Mm-hmm. And that was my radical show of love for this Black man. And that's what we have to be intentional about. Loving each other radically, intentionally, and every single day consistently. And so today is about journaling.
Yes.
So we need to make sure that our daily act of liberation is about journaling. Let me back up,
somebody may think I said she wouldn't remove her clothes off the bed. She's like,
look!
she washed all of her clothes. Her clothes is clean.
You did say remove them.
Right. She put the clothes on the bed. It was like, I ain't moving clothes. I ain't. So I'm like,
so not removing my clothes from my body.
Right.
And it's funny because I didn't even think of that because I know what you're talking about. That's hilarious. Right. So we just wanted to talk about Black August. So we have another 21 or 22 days to go. And we're going to be doing daily acts of liberation every single day. We're reading, we're studying, we're fasting. Because Black August is not a celebration. It's a commemoration. Right. We're remembering. We're relearning. We're unlearning. Mm-hmm. And so we really wanted to come and to bring Black August from a environmental lens this month. Right. And look at the intersection between environment and prison and the industrial prison pipeline. Right. Because the environment dictates what
what
lives and what
grows.
grows.
Right.
And so if you have a toxic environment, you're going to have a toxic outcome 9 times out of 10.
Right.
And so we want to look at how our environment is impacting prison, the pipeline to prison.
That is the reason why we see so many communities of concern members within the prison system, because the environment in which we grew up in has been toxic.
Yep.
I'm talking about the lead paint. I'm talking about the lead in the water. I'm talking about the wallpaper that has lead in it. I'm talking about the floor tiles that has asbestos in it. These
dirty water, dirty air.
We sleeping and we living in this environment, and it is affecting the mentality. It's affecting the brain development.
Yep. We can't think straight.
So what happens is a 25-year-old is not making the rational decision that a 25-year-old should make.
Right.
In an event of, a disagreement.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like their first thing is go straight to violence.
Right. It's arrested development.
Right. There's no talking. There's no trying to find a solution. Right. So we look in our communities. We look in the prisons industrial complex, and we see that it is filled with individuals from poor communities that have been affected by environmental toxicity.
Yep. A bunch of accumulations of bad decisions.
Yep.
Accumulation of bad decisions. And so the urban heat index is real. Mm-hmm. When we say stuff like it's too hot for all of that.
Right. And just imagine
that's an environmental.
Just imagine us living on top of each other.
Right, but that's an environmental justice. Like when your parents were telling you it's too hot for all of that, we didn't have the language for sustainability, but we knew that it really was too hot for all of that, because we're not supposed to be in that urban heat index, because it does not allow you to think properly. You cannot think properly when you're overheated and overcrowded, no trees. Right. It's just a hot mess. And so there is a intersectionality between environment and the prison industrial complex. And we're going to be talking about that over the course of this month. I implore, look up the prison called Angola.
Yes.
Because that was some of the reading that I was doing. One of the days was saying, read the introduction to Message to the Black Man, or a book, right? And so since I already read the introduction to Message to the Black Man, I started reading papers about the intersectionality between environment and prison. And I stumbled upon this prison in Mississippi
and Louisiana.
Louisiana, called Angola. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about the environment within the prison, even though that's not what I was researching, but I was so interesting that I just started reading it. And it was saying that some of the juvenile detention center got shut down. So they started sending the juveniles to this place. And most of the people in that place have sentences like 90 years. Like they're not coming out. Right. Once they go in, they stay. And they had the juveniles over there. Mm-hmm. And our people over there in these conditions. And one time they said it was so hot and it was 136 degrees. Mm-hmm. I can't function in 90 degrees. I can't imagine what that's like. So let's start doing some research and looking at some of the conditions that our community members are in, because they're still our community members. Even though they in the belly of the beast, they still belong to us. And so we need to start thinking about how our environment and changing our environment and improving our environment can keep less of our young people and our people in general from getting caught up in this injustice system. Because if you ain't in jail, you're on parole, you're on probation. Right. So you're connected some kind of way to this judicial system. And so that is something that we definitely have to keep in mind, because we have way too many geniuses behind bars that could be helping us to build the community that we all deserve, right, which is a safe and decent place to live. And yes, it's called Angola, right?
Yes. Angola,
yes, Angola, Sister Jackie.
And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us some points in the Muslim program about, to me, it's about community building.
Right.
Right. But he talked about, number one, recognize the necessity for unity and group operations. Mm-hmm. Number two, pool our resources physically as well as financially.
Right.
Number three, stop wanton criticism of everything that is black and black operated and owned.
Say that again because the truck is coming by. And I think this is very important because we are overly critical.
Stop wanting criticism of everything that is black owned and black operated.
Right.
Number 4, keep in mind jealousy destroys from within. And number 5, observe the operations of the other culture, right? They make no excuses for their failure, right? He said, work hard in a collective manner, right? Because they do the same thing. He said, among every 6 to 8 of us with knowledge and experience of grocery business, pull your knowledge, open a grocery store, and work collectively and harmoniously, right? That is talking about group economics. That's talking about cooperative building, right? So I want to give us
And it was relationship building.
Blueprint for us building community.
Because in order for us to work harmoniously, we have to build relationships and we have to understand each other and we have to offer each other grace. And I think that's very important because any business is a relationship.
Excellent.
Period. So thank you for joining in. We so appreciate y'all hanging out with us through all of our technical difficulties today.
Be on the lookout for our upcoming book.
Yes.
And our new line of t-shirts.
Yes.
Called Resilient Tees.
Resilient Tees are coming.
Where it's tough. It's empowering our people. I'm talking about purpose, power, and peace.
Yes, I love it. So we have the Etsy store, Faith and Favor. The Faith and Favor shop, that is another way also to support I Am Green. Everything that you purchase through the Faith and Favor shop, this is a whole store of digital downloads that you can use for your coffee mugs, your t-shirts. You can use as a just to put up as inspiration, to put up in your office, to put up in your home, put it on, print it out on the canvas, and create some wall art. So the Faith and Favor shop is another way to support I Am Green with your digital downloads. We also have some prayer digital downloads that are going to be coming. We also are going to have some ebooks that you're going to be able to get from the Etsy shop, a series of ebooks as well. So I just want to give one last thing, because we always want to end something about nature, and because nature already gives us the blueprint.
That's right.
In a healthy forest, trees don't grow in isolation. They're connected beneath the soil by something that is called the mycorrhizal. I'll never say that right. Is mycorrhizal? Did I say right? Was it microcrozal? Microcrozal. And basically that just means it's an underground communication network. It's like the Underground Railroad, right? It's a support system. The trees share nutrients and they contact each other. They communicate with each other about danger.
And if a tree is not getting the resources that it needs, the other trees will send the resources to those roots.
How amazing is that?
So nature gives us the blueprint. It gives us the blueprint. And how now we know firsthand because we've seen some of these trees since we got land cleared, right? Since we got the land. Now listen, this land has been here for years and years. None of these trees fall down or none of that. When we start clearing the land, right? And when storms come through, the trees that are by themselves start falling because we have disrupted their root system. So we've learned this firsthand, and we know this is real.
Right. So we have to be that to each other. We have to use that blueprint that nature gives us because all of what we need is in nature.
That's right.
Nature has given us every single thing we need to make it happen. Right. And so let's think about that. Let's think about how we are going to show up for each other and how we are going to create that network for each other. Right. To make sure that any of the struggling saplings, anytime we're struggling, and I can bear witness to everybody that's on here, Val, Salima, and Sister Jackie have all been a part of my underground system when I have been struggling and when I have needed assistance. And I pray that I have also been that to you all. And so this is something that we want to think about. Just follow the blueprint of nature. It has given us all the answers that we need. We do not have to make up anything else. Love y'all. Thank y'all. And we will see you all on next week. We will be back talking about community building and how we can improve our community and make it a safe and decent place to live, because that is something that we all deserve, no matter where we are, whether we're in Georgia, Baltimore, San Diego. We all deserve to be a part of a community that is decent and a safe place to live.
Yes, ma'am. Thank y'all. Look forward to seeing y'all again next week. Hopefully next week we're gonna be on time and we're
Yes.
gonna have this thing situated. Because I was trying to, I'm like, man, I think we need to go this way, that way.
It was woo Jesus. It was something else, but we made it. We did it. And I love y'all for being here with us.
Thank you all.
Thank y'all.
I can't hear it. Like, man,
it was something else, but we made it. We did it. And I love y'all for being here with us.
Thank you all.
Thank y'all.
I can't hear it.
Black lives, the world is warming up and sea levels are starting to rise. We need our generational wealth. It's time to buy back land, plant seeds and have something to put in our future's hand. The global crisis is happening right now. Extreme weather events became more frequent, and the main people affected is the black and the indigenous. The government is crooked and devious like what? Don't want me and my people to ever raise up, but in my people I trust. It's gonna come to an end, but first it starts with us. It starts with us.